What's the difference between Godwin Emefiele that took money and invested in property here in Nigeria, and Nyesom Wike that took money to purchase property in another country and increase their GDP? Who is more wicked and unpatriotic among these two? So guys, Sowore has come out to say that steps are already on the way to secure an international warrant to arrest and extradite Wike to the US to face money laundering charges. So guys, this gbas between Sowore and Wike is not ending anytime soon, I tell you. So let me read out exactly what Sowore tweeted today on the Twitter space. Sowore said, "We hope Nigeria's FCT minister at Governor Wike won't escape accountability. He has laundered stolen funds to buy mansions for every member of his immediate family in Florida. Steps are already in motion towards securing an international warrant that could see Governor Wike arrested and extradited to the United States to face money laundering charges sooner than he thinks." This is coming from Sowore. He said steps are already, in motion to ensure that Wike is arrested and extradited to face money laundering charges in the United States. So this is coming after the United States Embassy came out to say that they are not going to tolerate any form of corruption. Let me read it exactly the way they put it. This is coming from the Twitter handle of the U.S. Mission Nigeria, and it says, "Fighting corruption knows no borders or limits on accountability. Even when high-profile individuals engage in corruption, they can be barred from receiving visas. They can be barred from receiving U.S. visas." So, guys, this is how the United States Embassy puts it. And take a look at this other headline. This one here says, "UK forensic expert petitions Florida Attorney General over Wike's multi-billion naira properties in the United States." So guys, this one is coming from the UK. I mean, it means that this expert is joining hand with Sowore in making sure that, you see, this case, they see to the end. This is a United Kingdom forensic expert. He has equally petitioned the Florida Attorney General over Wike's multi-billion naira properties in the United States. So guys, this case is not ending anytime soon. I mean, what Sowore is fighting here, it's not going to end anytime soon. Now, take a look at this. Sowore, the Sahara reporters went ahead to dig out more about on Wike, and this is what they said. The Sahara reporter posted this today, and it says, "Flashback, Wike's 50th birthday bash reveals he submitted forged documents to INEC in 2015. So the Sahara reporters equally went to dig out, saying that Wike submitted, forged document to INEC in 2015. So guys, a whole lot of gbas is going on between Sowore and Wike, and guess what? Sowore is not ready to throw in the towel. He is like pushing this, as in he is not looking back towards this. So guys, Nigerians are now calling out the EFCC, saying, how come the EFCC is not paying attention to all that Sowore has been revealing about Wike? I mean, Nigerians are like, the EFCC is so complacent over all this allegation, being made about Wike. Why is the EFCC not jumping on this to investigate and know if actually all this happened or not? So I'm just going to take you through this tweet before I let you watch some of these videos. Now take a look. Peters for Nigeria say, "Do you know that there is a level of criminality people will experience in a country and they will eventually normalize it? That is when a lot of Nigerians are today. The fact that no so-called anti-graft agency sees all this as important to look into should tell you why governance in Nigeria is organized criminality. You must dismantle this structure if we are to make any progress." So Peters for Nigeria is actually saying that for the fact that the EFCC is not even looking into all this allegation that Sowore is bringing up, it means that there is something wrong with Nigerians and Nigeria as a country. So guys, I'm going to allow you to take a look at some of these videos. Just take your time, watch these videos, and let me know your honest reaction in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.
Nigerian EFCC, you sure you will not carry this your EFCC eagle go for eye clinic for medical checkup? Maybe they give it medicated glasses because it's like, they see corruption allegations of politicians and big men. Now only Yahoo boys nice on eagle they look. Maybe they could go check in eye, give them eye drop because oriburuku lenche. My country people, say there is level of corruption and crime, criminality will go happen for country. It will become normal. The citizens of that country will become used to it. That is corruption. Don't master them. Say unfortunately that is the Nigerian reality. For this country, we they compare corruption with corruption. Some Nigerians go even tell you we don't get so much used to corruption. Some people go tell you when you reach there, when it be your turn, if you like, no use your head, no do your own, and now you be the first person where they there. If they say this person thief like this, they go say, person they we don't thief past that one, no be today the thing start. And once a country reach that level, it will take a revolution of not just the reasonable, but the reasonable and courageous. Because you must be reasonable and courageous for us to revolt for the right cause to reset leadership and systems in this country. If not, we go end up with the Nigerian situation, which is what? Survival of the fittest. Justice will be left for the highest bidder. If you don't get connection, you are on your own. It is an animal farm. So when I know say for some days now, Sowore and Wike, Sowore, they release some allegations, all of that they put out there against the current minister for FCT. Do you know that most of the information where they put out, they are not new. They have been there before. They are known to the public and including everybody waiting for government. But the so-called anti-corruption agencies, EFCC, ICPC, Independent Corrupt People, and other offenses, related offenses, they never see them to investigate what are some of the allegations. And Nigerians, instead of to focus on the matter as it affects our life, some people go even the way they go, they abuse the show. Nigerians do not know that even when you think, say, maybe you know like two people where they quarrel, you should think of how what is going on affects your life and insert it yourself in that equation. What are some of the allegations where they raise against the current minister for FCT? Number one, remember during the Channel TV interview where Sean Okimbalo asked him, say, you are driving a Rolls Royce, your convoy, they get power bike for front and all of that. How did you get money to buy a Rolls Royce? The Honorable Minister said that he's not from a poor family. That even when he did for university, he was driving a Benz because his father was a manager of a company. Your father was a manager. Continue. Allegations of giving land as minister to your children in the name of your children, parcels of land, be hectares of land. The children are not Ghanaians or Japanese, they are Nigerians. If they go get land, they will get land in Nigeria. All right. Allegation of properties owned in the United States, in the state of Florida, multiple properties. Honorable Minister response, I don't know anything about the property. My wife is a U.S. citizen. My children are U.S. citizens. They have their own property there. Anybody should show. Minister for FCT. Your wife is a U.S. citizen, and nobody talks to make person no own property. But do not forget that that same wife is also a sitting judge on the appellate court of Nigeria. They don't move up. She was in the high court. She don't go appeal court now. And being a U.S. citizen and a justice in the Nigerian judicial system, are there code of conduct documents where show say that there was a declaration of assets to know exactly how many assets you owned in a foreign country where you are a citizen, and that you also show how you pay tax in that country because you go to pay tax as U.S. citizen, and also now that you are a chief or a justice in the appellate court of another country. So you see nothing wrong with it. Even you being also a cabinet minister and your spouse in the Nigerian judiciary. Do you know that most of all the allegations where they raise, and what is the other allegation on the issue of INEC, voice note, or voice recording where come out where they talk say that allegedly when you were governor, you were threatening INEC officials, and nobody thinks it is necessary to investigate to know that was somebody actually trying to undermine the electoral process and threatening anybody. It is not worthy to investigate. Do you know that most of the allegations where they raise, so they come under executive or administrative corruption? And guess what? 50 to 60% of Nigeria's corruption is administrative. Inflation of government contract, budget padding, outright stealing and criminality from government. But till date, it is not worth investigation. Why? Because no be Yahoo boy or no be poor person. Now EFCC, eagle, never see him. Recently, the British Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner, she resigned from office. You know why? Not because he thief money, no. Not because he carry money buy Rolls Royce. He buy property before he even become Deputy Prime Minister. He pay tax, but he no pay sufficient tax. The advisor to the Prime Minister on ethics say, our investigation found that she acted with integrity but broke the code of ethics. Meaning there is a code of ethics. For Nigeria, which code of ethics will they do? Code of ethics, Oriburuku Lanshe. Oriburuku Lanshe, EFCC, and Nigerian government. We build a system that rewards criminality. Nigerians do not get used to this kind of corruption and criminality in the country because this system will make everybody a victim at the end of it. And that is why, because the people they know say once you do it, you get people who go support you, their owner to pay people who go come online. They abuse those who are calling for accountability because they know there are no consequences for anything. This is not how a country should be governed. Look at Brazil, they protest for law where they don't bring, say, may they give immunity to their lawmakers. Nigerians, we will do the right thing after doing every other thing. A system or a nation where there is no accountability is a lawless society. And if you do not come together and fix it, you may just become the next victim of the misgovernance or the high-handedness or wickedness in that country. Congratulations, Minister for FCT. The God will do your own to come from a wealthy family. He will do it for other Nigerians. God bless you, EFCC as an eagle. Oriburuku night when they do. My name is Peter.
When Nigeria's former president, Goodluck Jonathan, declared that any leader who fails to perform should be voted out of office if proper elections are conducted. The former president was speaking at the 2025 Goodluck Jonathan Foundation Democracy Dialogue. He warned that democracy in Africa is going through a period of strain and risks collapse unless stakeholders come together to rethink and reform it. He described electoral manipulation as one of the biggest threats to democracy across the continent.
The problem in Africa is our electoral system. People manipulate the elections to be there by all means. If we are doing proper elections and if you are not doing well, people will vote you out. We may not even ask these questions. Because those who are not doing well, the population will vote them out. But in this case, people use government instruments to perpetuate themselves in power, even when the people don't want them.
He's absolutely right. Meanwhile, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, during the event, denied allegations that he sought a third term, saying that if he wanted it, he would have gotten it. Let's take a look.
There are still some stupid Nigerians who still believe that I wanted a third term. I think I'm not a fool. If I wanted a third term, I know how to go about it. And there's no Nigerian, dead or alive, that will say, I called him, I told him I wanted a third term. None. And I keep telling them that, look, if I wanted to get debt relief, which is more difficult than getting a third term, and I got it. If I wanted a third time, I would have got it. But some people believe that unless they are there, nobody else. They will even tell you that they haven't got anybody else. And I believe that that is a sin against God.
Wow. Let me take some reactions. This person wrote on X, it's comments like this that really makes one wonder. Obasanjo is telling us to our face that the entire institution of state could not stop his personal whim, even when it violated the Constitution. Does he imply that even the incumbent can attain that goal if he wants it? I mean, that's a pertinent question, because I saw El Rufai saying something about Tinubu wants to remain in power. Let me take another tweet. This person wrote on X, I saw a post about Obasanjo talking about his third-term bid and saying he'll have gotten it if he wanted. But I remember 2006 differently. The infamous third-term agenda was put before the National Assembly as part of a constitutional amendment to extend presidential and gubernatorial terms for 2 to 3. When it came up in the Senate under Ken Nnamdi's leadership, the proposal was flatly rejected. Civil society groups, religious leaders, student unions, and ordinary Nigerians had already reasoned against it. The fear was clear. A third term could drag Nigeria back into sit-tight dictatorship and block the principle of power rotation. Even Obasanjo's close allies abandoned him when they saw the tide. In the end, the Senate threw it out, and with it went any chance of tenure elongation. It was a victory for democracy. It proved that at least once our institutions stood firm against presidential pressure. I mean, that happened, Dr. Abati. Correct me if I am wrong.
Okay, see, one of the things that President Obasanjo said at that Goodluck Jonathan Foundation program in Ghana was that, look, the government of the people is the government of the people. He rejected the idea of having a government of the majority, because he was also, some of the other things he said, asking for inclusion, asking for participatory democracy. In fact, he also gave that popular proverb that the problem with democracy in Africa is the practice of democracy. and that the insect that is dealing with democracy in Africa is the insect that is inside the democracy, the practice of it. So Baba also repeated that. But the controversial part of it that came out was not what he said about, electoral reform accountability, but what he said about third term. However, I argued earlier this morning that President Obasanjo threw a challenge that he was not involved in the third term gambit. That National Political Reform Conference of 2006 was to deal with substantial issues about the arrangement of Nigeria, about resource allocation and all that. But it was aborted on the basis of this this third term thing. In fact, the South-South caucus walked out of that conference, and that conference died, despite the fact that it was not backed by any legislation, any legal framework. However, now he says he was not part of it, so maybe it was a case of proxies. But one person has already come out to say Baba was involved in the third term, Dr. Usman Bugaje, who was on this program this morning. And he says he has evidence.
Correct.
So he has taken up President Obasanjo's challenge to say that no, President Obasanjo was involved in it. And I reminded Dr. Bugaje that he should wait for President Obasanjo's response. That evidence that he has, he will have to provide it. However, what is important is the role of the people in all of this. One of the gentlemen that you quoted said the people of Nigeria resisted it. And I think, to go back to the point about democracy being about the people, if the people don't want something, they will say they don't want it. And I recall that whether it was by proxy or by official sanctioning, Nigerian people rose and spoke in unison, media, civil society, that we don't want third term. Nigeria is not Rwanda. Nigeria is not Eritrea. Nigeria is not Uganda. Nigeria is not, I think, Zimbabwe. You people also try something in Zimbabwe. Nigeria is not all of these countries.
Mugabe did indefinite term.
Is it indefinite?
We currently have two terms.
All these
but they're
African
lobbying
countries
for a third.
where they review the constitution to extend limits.
Correct.
The most recent one is Chad. The Nigerian people say we want democracy. So this summon of that democracy dialogue in Accra, whether it was President Obasanjo or it was the guest lecturer, Bishop Kuka, or it was President Jonathan himself, or President Mahama, or Dr. Toure of the ECOWAS Commission, is that democracy must work in Africa.
Fantastic.
Democracy is in retreat. The voice of the people must be heard. Electoral reforms must be allowed. And we, the people, must be the one who determine what our future will be. So in 2027, I hope people are listening. Because this is not just talk shop. It's about people listening and taking action. We thank God that tenure elongation did not happen in Nigeria. It must not happen here.
It must not happen at all. I was speaking about the speakers at that lecture, the Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Matthew Hassan Kuka, in his remarks during the Goodluck Jonathan Democracy Dialogue, advised Nigerians not to be deceived by what seems like quarrels between politicians. He explained that these feuds always end behind closed doors, where the politicians close ranks to share the nation's wealth. Let's take a look.
It's not so much the quarrels that politicians engage in. In fact, many ordinary Nigerians, including myself, continue to encourage our people. Please, when you see these politicians fighting, even if they are throwing chairs among themselves in parliament, don't kill yourself, because they will still close the door and distribute the money of state among themselves. In that area, there is no fight. So very often, many of us jump into thinking that, these politicians don't like themselves. No, they like themselves. Even armed robbers have common interests. So let's measure let's measure our enthusiasm, because very often we think that democracy is about to fall because our people are always fighting.
Armed robbers have common interest. You know how we say it, don't die in their war. Rufy,
you see me, I like empirical wawulence.
Yes.
I mean, wawulence person.
Yes.
Baba, he said he didn't want to Baba, now this country we did, you want them, God did not give you. That's just it. Because there were many contending factors then. You forget he was fighting Atiku Abubakar then. One of the biggest problems then was that he had too many people he was fighting. And that's why some people in his own party stood against him. Let me read an excerpt of an empirical interview done by Farouk Aliyu.
You have empirical facts?
Oh, yes, from Vanguard newspaper, 2009. They asked him, were you part of those bribed for third term? He said, no, I'm not part of those. But he further said, supporters of the project were paid a minimum of 50 million each. Some were offered 250 million. I know Honorable Ningi was with us. I was offered 400 million. And Speaker Milu Bello Masari 500 million. All the money was in cash, not in check, to support third-term agenda, but they all refused to collect the money. So, the way President Obasanjo is saying it, it's almost like somebody is trying to review history, like tell us what we did not know happened. It's revisionism, Baba. We respect you for what you have done for this country, but let's not revise history in our face. You wanted third term now, and he's saying if you wanted it. And how does debt relief have to do with third term? Please, President Obasanjo, with due respect, for the fact that you got debt relief, it doesn't have anything to do with third term. That if you could got debt relief, you'll have gotten third term. There was a global zeitgeist to forgive Africa and other nations that were debt-ridden their debts at that point in time. There was a global zeitgeist because the Fed was going to reset this economy. But the debts they forgave those countries then, they've gone and taken more basic, people like Nigeria. So with due respect, don't revise history for us.
All right.
The move was there. Bugaji has confirmed it. Many more people will come out and confirm. And which politician, if he said he truly wanted, if he wanted to get it, he would have get it. Which politician will see opportunity and not take it? And that's why we are crying. Because as at then, at least you had the National Assembly that was, firm, and because he had a lot of fire. With this National Assembly, I asked Somna Sambo, like this National Assembly that we see, so the National Assembly, is it not National Assembly that ratified the state of emergency for its vote?
On your mandate, we shall stand. Okay, all right. Well, all right.
This National Assembly, I beg.
All right, now. Well, let's go to Delta State now, where the Agbaro community is experiencing a rising number of missing children, particularly twins, and is appealing for government intervention. Parents like James Ritter and Vero Lucky, who reported their children missing, claim their efforts to find them have been frustrated by both community elders and the police. A community member, Okemute, stated that since the issue began 5 months ago, 52 children have disappeared, with the police allegedly demanding a 100,000 naira fee to investigate. The community is now urging Governor Sheriff Obowori to help them rescue the missing children.
They go for months now, sef. Now inside Copper, go station. They know they do anything. When we even go station, go report, that they said that they even pursue me for inside station, sef.
Now 4 children I get Ejime, I call born 211. So the Ejime, so they call carry one of the Ejime for June, inside the month of June. Now they take carry one. Now the boy be this 4-year-old boy.
My beginning Wednesday, yeah, make up be 1 month now with the carry her. I beg, when I help her find the children, yeah, what the children say. When I help us, I beg, not that it's a bomb picking. For carry begin 9 months, not there is. Not me say the begin sick. Not me say what to do, you begin their life. Just for by the month where they carry her. I beg, when I help us, I beg, they pay too much. They pay too much for us, I beg.
I don't report the police. No get another police even tell me say I leave my pikin go to a shower and they also for market. And they leave the pikin with her grandma. Our heart full of cry. And the community they know they do anything. They say our children know they miss. And our children they miss every day by day. They say our children know they miss.
Oh, this story broke my heart.
Oji, kudos to you for those
community.
videos because
Thank
you followed this story and you must get your due commendation. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
For this is your exclusive report.
Thank you very much. And thanks to Jemima Buloko for following up on that story. Now we are urging the governor of Delta State, Sheriff Obowori, to look into their plight. Vimbai.
Absolutely. There are so many moving pieces to this. The first is that there are reports of missing children, and the police are accused of wanting to be bribed to assist these families, which is just the most heart-wrenching level of cruelty. Because I can't imagine that a parent would go to a police station and report that their child is missing, and you would start trying to extort them. Again, it's allegations, but if that is what is happening, then a probe needs to happen in the Delta State Division of the Nigerian Police Force, because that is unacceptable. That's number one. Number two is the fact that these women, beyond this report, Oji, this is not making news. It will now make news thanks to that. But the fact that the conversation is not being had, the fact that this type of thing, over 50 children are missing from a community, and we're all carrying on with our lives as if nothing is going on. For me, that's a very high level of concern, especially given the context. If you look at, I don't want to speculate around what may be happening. By God's grace, these children will be found and they will be in good health and they'll be reunited with their families. But we know the history, specifically for twins, when we look at some of the ritualistic practices that happen and some of the, can I call them witchcraft practices that happen with twins and with twin children. And for me, that's very concerning, because when you see a high number, if it was just some isolated cases, it means that there's a racket of some sort. Yes. It means that there's a bigger conspiracy happening around it. Now, how can there be a conspiracy that includes this number of children? We don't know where they are. We don't have any clues to their hideout. We don't have any trail whatsoever. There's no evidence. It's very, very strange. So again, I continue to urge the probe into any evidence whatsoever that can help us trace down these children and reunite them with their families, and also stern action and investigation to be taken into the police, members of the police force who are said to have been trying to extort this grueling, painful situation. Absolutely. I pray for the families, and I pray
that they find these children, and that's why I thought it was important to highlight this very, very important story. I can't imagine having a child and, just, you don't even know their whereabouts, you don't know whether they're dead, you don't know what the story is, and it is happening in a community. It's called Agboro community, and hopefully we get some response from the Delta State Police Command as well. Let's go to Kaduna now, where President...
Now, let me quickly take you through some of the reactions coming from Nigerians after Sowore posted about Wike and, all the criminality that he talked about and all that. I mean, so many Nigerians have really applauded Sowore's boldness and how he has really confronted this thing, as in he comes out and speak boldly without any fear. Anyway, let me read out some of the reactions from Nigerians after Sowore came out to say that arrest warrants, as in steps are being taken to issue arrest warrants on Wike. And let's see some of the reactions coming from Nigerians. So, like this person here tweeted and said, even if him later beg you to close mouth, no grill, the greedy must go to jail. The greedy MF must go to jail. So this person is saying that even if Wike comes and begs Sowore to be quiet, Sowore shouldn't accept. So another person says, as a matter of fact, the U.S. loves certain lawful examples with high-profile politicians and individuals. Wike knows what's up, but his minions think it's all cruise. Threatening Sowore for no just cause will be his downfall. Right now, his hands are tied. If mosquito bites... If your mosquito bites Sowore, Wike will be held responsible. Let him come and tell the Florida court how his father-in-law bought mansions of dollar worth of properties for his wife and children. Yet the same father-in-law has no property in his own name or names of his children in the USA. So this person is saying that Wike, should come and tell the Florida court how his father-in-law was able to give the wife property when he himself owns none. And this one here says he won't escape this. It is It's so arrogant for a politician to threaten the life of a private citizen because he criticized the third most corrupt person in the world. We need to start looking for every politician with properties in the West, honestly. We need to really start looking for all of them that have property in the United States. It is really time. So this, sorry, I'm trying to read out more reactions coming from Nigerians. And this other person said, Mr. Sowore, I know you are aware that all politicians around the world are the same. None of them work for the rights that they should reach the governed. None of them work for the rights that should reach the governed. They only work to fulfill their own needs and those of their patron. Corruption exists everywhere in the world, but it varies in degree from one country to another. However, in Nigeria, it is worse and more senseless than in any other country. So this person is saying that there's corruption everywhere, but Nigeria's own is smelling. This person said, with Trump's acts all over the place, this is getting interesting. What a time to be alive. With Trump ready to destroy, as in, this person say with Trump's acts, meaning that Trump is angry this time, he's not ready to tolerate corruption. So this person said he must be arrested and extradited. This person said Wike is not going scot-free. Another person said Wike has pressed the wrong button. This person said this is getting more interesting. Wike and Sowore, hey, this their bus is not ending anytime soon. And this person say it don't cast. This person is about to go down. Well done, sir. We are still watching. So the bus between Sowore and Wike, Nigerians are enjoying it. Now, this person tweeted and said this is the yacht President Tinubu bought with Nigeria's taxpayer money for his enjoyment. This has never been anywhere close to Nigerian territorial waters. It is floating in Monaco, France at this moment. They will all talk now in Milokon. They will not talk now in Milokon. So this person is saying that Tinubu's yacht is being spotted in Monaco. I think Dino Melaye came out to say, my dear, this yacht is not a small one. See how beautiful the thing looks. Hey, this is taxpayers' money. The thing is just floating in Monaco. Can you imagine? And Tinubu keeps going, borrowing money. It's even carrying Nigeria's flag. Oh. Hey, so this person is really saying the real thing. God, I need to really show Nigerians the yacht in the next video I will make. This person say, for the first time since 2023, someone challenged Wike, and for over 48 hours, he's yet to call the press conference. Jehovah, Governor Wike, waiting they happen. This Sowore don't challenge you. For the first time, somebody challenged Wike. Wike never call press conference. Jehovah, Wike is scared or what? When Nigerians want to finish Wike, what is happening? This person say keep grinding Wike. This person even put a grinding mention, telling Sowore to keep grinding Wike. So guys, you see that one of the problems we Nigerians have is people are scared to talk. But Sowore has taken that bold step. He knows that they cannot indict him of any corruption. He has submitted his bank account time without number for them to look into it and tell him where the corruption is in his life. And they've not been able. So somehow Sowore is really holding them down. Anyway, let me see. This person tag Elon Musk, tag Donald Trump, tag El-Rufai, tag Peter Obi, tag Amaechi, tag U.S. Embassy, tag Governor Wike. And he now, tag U.S. Embassy. And he now said, Wike has to be taken out to America to face these allegations if 2027 must be saved. Use your connection to prosecute this case. David Hundeyin and Jonathan, please join hand. Wike is evil. Can you imagine? This person, my God, he tagged Elon Musk, he tagged Donald Trump, tagged El-Rufai, tagged Peter Obi, tagged Amaechi, tagged United States Embassy, tagged United Embassy in Nigeria, tagged and then called Wike out, saying Wike has to be taken out to America to face these allegations if 2027 must be saved. So this person is indirectly saying that the best thing that will happen to Wike is for him to be taken to the U.S. to go and face the trial while 2027 happens. That might be possible, as in Wike might not be available with all this thing that is happening. Wike might not be available for 2027, honestly. See, this person say, bro, what are you doing? Every Nigerian needs to applaud you. So this person is actually praising Sowore, because if the government decides to rob its citizens and they find out it's best the fight against the corruption. You single-handedly expose this to the general public, and you deserve your flowers for that. So this person is actually saying that Sowore is single-handedly doing all this, that he deserves some flower. So guys, I'm going to stop here. Okay, this last person say, good one. Sowore knows this is for good. Nigerians are solidly behind you. Every day is for the thief. One day is for the owner. The corrupt thieves called politicians have eaten so deep into the treasury of Nigeria, leaving the masses poor, helpless, and diseased, so ruthless. So this person is actually applauding Sowore that every day is for the thief, but one day is for the master. And what Sowore is doing is really good for Nigerians, as in he's really standing up for Nigerians. This person said this ginger on Wike is a welcome development. Kudos. However, I would like to see this game ginger on Pablo. This person is trying to say it shouldn't just be Wike alone. He wants it on Tinubu, on Pablo, but that's, you know, they call Tinubu Pablo, BAT. Until then, a job well done, even though I'm not impressed. He says, no, even though I'm not impressed. Your role in the regime is already in the know. The Wike move smart by half, because wicked deserves worse. So Wike deserves worse. That's what this guy is trying to say. And it shouldn't just be Wike. Tinubu should also be there. So you can see that many people are applauding Sowore for the work well done. This person say, you are doing a good job. If only we have more Nigerians who can be this brave. Maybe Nigeria would have been a better place. May God Almighty protect and keep you safe. So this person is praying for Sowore that he's doing a good job. That maybe we have like more people who are as brave as Sowore, that things would have been different in Nigeria. This person say, what's the difference between Godwin Emefiele that took money and invested in property here in Nigeria, and Nyesom Wike that took money to purchase property in another country and increase their GDP? Who is more wicked and unpatriotic among these two? So this is a question left for Nigerians to answer. And this person say, how is it possible with Wike's close relationship with Tinubu, whom his own drug and money laundering record have been covered by the same United States of America system? So this one says, is it possible for the US to actually prosecute Wike when Tinubu's case has been covered in the United States? So there are a lot of mixed reactions, but you know now, Sowore might carry his own stubbornness to the US and say, you people must do the needful. This person says, naturalized citizens get revoked, asset confiscated as proceeds of crime. Accused convicts get jailed and banned for life from entering the United States. You all fed in America gotta get to work. So this person is actually saying that in the United States, your citizenship can be revoked, your asset can be confiscated, and accused can be jailed, you know, and banned for life from entering the United States. So I just pray that Sowore and Wike settle this amicably. And if Wike has taken Nigerians people's money to go and buy this thing, as it is allegedly being said, then he should apologize to Nigerians and just get back the money. Anyway, guys, I'm going to stop here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification. Thank you.